Welcome, YouTubers. This is a general rant about scams and handicapping scams, sports betting scams, some of the Zcode I'll bring in there, my site, Great Dane Picks, and anything else we want to talk about. So the handicapping service has traditionally, for decades and decades, been a pretty poor scam artist because people just don't know how to win. But usually when you hear it on the radio, or some of these Saturday morning advertising, or we got today's hot picks, or the picks of the century, and online it's got the same type of stuff. So usually these sites have dozens of experts and systems, and they're only touting the two or three that are hot for the month. The last month so and so's gone 12-7, right? And whatever the heck it is. But if you play a lot of systems and a lot of experts, then somebody's going to be hot, somebody's going to not be hot. So who's the ones that have been hot for a long time, and usually they don't really sell stuff that way. So you're in a scam world when you see something like that. Normally they have no guarantee of performance. You mail them a check and they give you the picks, and that's about it, and you're on your own. A lot of times there's affiliations. They're affiliated to another site. They're affiliated to a betting site, or they have people on staff that are filling out. YouTube is with the Zcode is full of those, and websites and stuff. They're renting. They're a supplier of the site. They're advertising on the sites. Even semi-legitimate sites, they'll take the money. So there's some affiliation involved there that they're not telling you or whatnot. It's not all unscrupulous, but you got to realize where you're at. It's a big PR campaign. Usually when you sign up, they're looking for your personal info or your numbers or something like that, and they'll call you back with high pressure sales. And mostly they're just unproven and unverifiable. And that's something that you can't prove it. So all people are like that. You can't improve it. But let me go into the Zcode, because that's one if you go to sports betting systems, you run into this, whether it's on the web or YouTube or comments in the YouTubes, pretty quickly. And I've never subscribed to the Zcode system, so I've never I had any personal experience. I know enough to stay away from some of those scams because it appears to be a huge scam. But it's a big player in the market. There's a lot of independent reviews out there, and they're all once you run to a few of them, you're like, hey, that's the same page scam, same text that was on a different site, right? They're just full of it. Just search for Zcode system on the web or on YouTube, and there's hundreds of videos, right? They're all just this canned, I'm making money, right? So they're obviously the affiliates. But it's a pretty big network, and they spend a lot of time doing that kind of stuff, and everybody who pays keeps feeding in that network. And it's not a Ponzi scheme, but it is what it is. They also own is Zcode a scam market, because you get the same thing. No, I'll tell you the truth. Here's my honest opinion. You should buy now, right? Apparently it's $198 a month. I guess occasionally they run specials for $49 or $149, but they're trying to get you to pay $200 a month. Now, is that worth it? Sure, if you were making a profit of $198 for yourself and you're paying them $199, so if you're making $400 a month in profit, then I would say, yeah, you're a 50-50 partner with them. But apparently that doesn't happen a whole lot. So you just, they give you losing picks or losing systems, and then they, on top of that, take $200 a month from you. They don't seem to offer picks directly. I mean, they give you some 0 to 5 scales and stuff like that. But instead, they're more like a forum, from what I can tell, with most of, lots of dozens of systems and picks and different stuff like that. So then you're in the scam routine again, right? Because they're gonna, I guess you'll have to. It's very confusing. You have to decide which you want to pick, and they don't show any long-term performance. I guess they're offering you a lot of data, but you can look up data yourself. So I don't know why you pay $198. Maybe most people are a little lazy and don't know how to do it, or can't do it real easy. But if you came up with a system that said, I'm going to bet Wednesday night home team favorites, then you should be able to figure that out over a couple of years. You should be able to, with any data source, right? So I don't know why you need to pay $198 a month to get some data source consolidated for you. But anyways, of course, I guess that's what I'm trying to sell in general, right? So maybe I'm the same guy. Performance cannot be determined. I can't find anywhere where here's my ROI, or here's my long-term, whatever it is. Maybe after you subscribe, you get it. When you visit these people's systems, but if they're going to generate new systems all the time, then you just, is there any, everybody would be sticking with the winning system, I guess, right, for years and years, and somebody would say, hey, instead of selling you that script, that they'd sell you that they actually won or show you that. So, yeah, performance can't be determined. Lots of negative reviews. I got them all over the website that say, yeah, I joined that for a while, and it was a scam. Or that just didn't live up to your expectations. Now, usually people take to stuff. You're going to have losing periods, right? And so usually gamblers are a little bit impatient when you're paying $200 a month and you have 3 bad months. You're going to say that was a scam. But more, if you do a lot of searching, you really can't find a lot of positive reviews that aren't that scam canned marketing crap. And actually there are fraud alerts out there, and I'm going to show you a couple of these pages that just say, I tried them, or, it's pretty much a scam. Now, people that just say scam for no reason, you have to take that with a grain of salt, too, and especially on these forum boards and stuff like that, because they might not be right, give everybody the benefit of the doubt here, but I think it's just a well-placed PR scheme. Before I go too far, when you go into these webs, comment boards and stuff, and they, one of the arguments against it is say, well, they're really good, and it's the same thing that I get as a handicapper. If you're really so good, why don't you just go to Vegas and kill them and make a very good living? And I say, well, that's a very common argument as to why tots, which are, handicappers, are scams. It's like, well, nobody would sell their picks, and I've done that a number of times. So when you see these in the boards, I often say that's just an argument that's invalid. You have a lot of negative people, and my counter is that when you sell handicap picks like that, you're just adding an income stream that's independent of betting. So me as a handicapper, if I sell you picks, that's just an independent income stream. So it shouldn't have an argument one way or another whether I'm a good handicapper and whether I need to sell picks to survive. My picks do well. But yeah, if they didn't do well for a period of time, I guess that would add an income stream and be a scam. But that's what people use as a scam argument. It's just not a very good one. So how do you break the scam mentality? Well, that's a good question. I don't know how to do it real easily, because it's just most people are skeptical. They should be skeptical of the industry. Most people are skeptical. Even if I make a feel-good video like this one, it's just people don't believe it, right? So, but in general, when you look up people's stuff, there should be some losses shown, rather than showing you, just the winning experts they have on staff. They should be showing all the losers too, and there should be a fair amount of losers, more than winners. I don't have that luxury because I'm just this old guy and I've narrowed down my system, but at least there should be some transparency in there, right? That says, here's how expert number Joe has done in all his picks, and somehow be verifiable. Because, like I said, I throw out data that says, here's what my last session has been after the fact. If you pay for my picks, you'll see it during. So, but if it's after the fact, anybody can manipulate those. That's the argument. And I agree with that. I could manipulate those things, but anybody could. But what I'm trying to do is, if you can do well at thecovers.com, and I know Covers has experts, by the way, that's another, scam picking organization too, but the Covers has contests, and for most part, everything that I put into the contest, now I don't know if other members of the contest they can skew results within the contest, but when I've put picks into the contest, and they've done, they are what they matched what I've put in at the time I've picked it. And it's the same thing with wagerminds.com. So the Covers contest, covers.com, and the wagerminds are places that you can put picks in that seem to be legit, because everything I put in there, they are where they are, and I stand where I stand. So if I show a winning system there, then I can pick winners. I guess somebody could hack it and fraud it, but I don't see anybody doing that. So that's my theory, is I'm going to throw out at least the wagermind ones. The cover ones are a little bit tough. Because when you throw them out there, they're available to everybody, and then I don't make any, I can't charge for picks if I'm giving away free picks on Covers, so that's problematic. But wager minds, you can hide them until the game time, and I can show winnings there, so that would be my proof of legitimacy. So that's where I am on that. Okay, I'm going to pull up a couple web pages. Here's the ripoff report, and this was filed by It was against the Zcode system filed by Charles in Huntington Beach, and basically he said, he lost $1,000. Their picks were not so great, 0 to 5. So he lost $1,000 in the 30 days that he'd been with them. He wanted a 60-day money-back guarantee, or he didn't want to pay $200 anymore. So yeah, he just said basically it's a scam. So that's out there. Complaint review on Ripoff Report. Nobody's contested it. Now that was 2012, and occasionally you see some of this stuff. Oh yeah, back in 2012, but we fixed the code system, or we got better pickers that came along now, and I can believe that. But at the same time, so here's another one where if you do Zcode system scam or something, then this comes up as a blog spot. But this is just a typical scam report, right? This is a selling report, right? Because at the end of the day, it's get Zcode before it's gone, and it's not a scam, right? So you see that there's a typical coded, stuff that pre-canned crap that I see out there, and even on SBR, which is a pretty prominent. Although Zcode used to advertise on this thing, and a lot of the players, as soon as they recognized it was a scam, I don't know if SBR canceled them or pulled out, but some people still say it's not a scam, and it's actually a Zcode person, like Greg Dirk here is a Zcode. Does anybody have any experience with this service? Somebody says, please scam. That's not really helping you or hurting you. Nah, it's wonderful. I use Zcode. They're not a scam, but they're not very accurate during my membership. So, and can you elaborate on that? And, they were about a 500 service. Well, anybody can be a 500 service. Lose money like crazy. Betting. And this is saying it's not even a 500 pick service. It's really a forum where people spend insane money to be a member, to share picks, and believe after a month of membership they're, professional handicappers. It's not a scam, but people go into the wrong expectations. It's really just something that gives you a lot of, picks and money and stats and stuff like that. I followed them a while. It was absolutely terrible. Lost my ass betting their picks. Stay away. And you could say it's a scam from an advertising perspective, but people follow these. But yes, if you follow people's system, this guy used to give you hot streaks. They're ridiculous. Money line bets, so basically sounds like it could be true, then yes it is. So this is one of those negative feedback type things, and that's the best you can get in this world. You won't get a lot of positive ones out of them. So I started Libbys Picks, or GreatDanePicks.com, and I'll put out another video that links out to what I'm going to show for evidence that I can at least pick some. Libby can pick some good picks. So I'll let this video go, but yeah, beware of the Zcode. See ya.